ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about penalties for failing a quest in Undead Unluck. And this episode just makes me like the show more and more, opening up the world, the rules, the quests, the mystery, just insane, and just makes me even more upset that more people aren't watching Undead Unluck. But this episode acts like pushing the plot and the world a bit more forward, doesn't have as much action, but is one of the most intriguing episodes we have gotten so far. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, at the start, it felt the first scene like I was watching a bit of Chainsaw Man. It gave me those vibes. We see where Unseen having this invisibility power, being able to use it on himself and on things he considers he owns, while being tortured by somebody that we probably discover later on being on repair. And he seems to be a bit of unhinged, would be an understatement. He knows about Union, that's the vibe I got from him. Or is he alone, or is he working for another organization, saying, I don't want those guys to get you, referring to Union. So either join us or you die. So yeah, that's a very interesting start there. So on repair is gonna be either a major villain or some sort of slash ally, or maybe next target to kill. But that's poses a lot of complication considering how this episode ended, but to say the least, I'm very interesting with on repair here, and if Unseen, what choice they're gonna make. So yeah, very good start of the episode here. Now the next thing, we have the quest results for all of the 6 quests they had at the start here. Now, the first one was to capture Yuma Burn. Was successful. We see the participants, Juice, Tatiana, Billy, Ishi, and Phil. So quite a lot of dumb work for this. Of course, we don't see how they captured it, we just see the results here and the reward. Keep that in mind, there's a reward and penalty for the quest. Now, the reward for Burn was the addition of the 11th seat, which is both good and bad at the same time, because they get another member, more power for them, but later on we see why it's bad, and I'm gonna come back to that. This is why this episode was so good, but also a lot of things to go over it. Now, the second quest was the capture of Uma Eat. Was successful. Juice, Tatiana, Billy, Phil, and Top. And the reward was the location of the negator Unburn for 7 days, without them realizing their location is exposed. But they don't really need Unburn since they already have Burn. But I'm really curious. Burn is probably Yuma, like fire or something there, but Unburn, I'm curious about the powers. Could he negate burns? Could he negate power? Could he negate heat? Maybe imagine something like a power negates your body heat. Could probably just die from that. So I hopefully we're gonna get to see Unburn more later into the future. Now, the third quest was neutralization of Yuma language, and they did it. Was Nico the one that did it. Now, this one, the reward is kind of interesting, saying the unification of all the world's languages to English, which I would kind of like to have that on some point, but also I kind of don't like it because you lose so much culture, so much individuality, so many things from all of the languages that we have in the world, which we even see here when Shen tries to confirm it, asking Mui about her necktie, and then asking her something in Chinese, and she wasn't understanding that anymore. So you kind of lose something, but you also gain something from this. So I don't know, this could be a benefit for communication around the world, a very important thing we later on see in the episode, but also kind of makes me a bit sad losing so many languages if it actually were to happen. But here for the next quest, we have the capture of Yuma Past. Now, this one was also successful with Juice, Nico, and Phil, and the reward is the artifact rebellion, the location of it. They don't get the direct artifact, which interesting, another artifact. I'm curious if they're gonna go after it later. Now, for the 5th quest, we have the one that we saw throughout the episode, the capture of Yuma spoil. It was kind of funny seeing it captured there, struggling. Successful was Andy, Fuko, and Shen. This one we actually saw, were the previous episodes, which I loved. And the reward is the location of the negator on repair, probably the guy we saw first. With Fuko being excited, maybe finally able to kill Andy, but he was a bit jaded there. He wasn't as excited as Fuko, which I'm really curious about that. But this is where the important thing happens with the 6th and final quest. Was the capture of the negator unseen. When we saw the first scene at the start on repair, kinda making them failing this quest and killing a lot of the investigators. Very interesting. This one, because this is the penalty, and penalties are very important, very bad, but also very cool at the same time. This time the penalty being the addition of the Yuma galaxy. As in adding galaxy, basically adding the universe, the rule to the world here, and you have Apocalypse kind of vomiting a huge galaxy type monster there going up to the surface. And we also see a nice, I've been asking about this for quite a while, how they teleport all the time around. So they have move, seems to be like an Yuma, and somehow Juice has a deal with it or under its control. I don't know how that works, but move teleports them to the surface. And I like how Andy grabbed Fuko there, quite a cute moment, and they're sent to Australia. And I like how Fuko, hey, that's the biggest rock in the world, right? Yeah, that's probably not gonna survive there. And here we see that Juice has this sort of deal with move, and then stars, planets, galaxy, universe get added. We finally see the sky having stars. They're kind of like the painting of Fuko, and I was like, this seems to be like a good thing, but not so fast, because this has a lot of problems here. We have Nico using some sorts of lab rats, assistants, analyzing the differences between what they know and what he knows there, and all of the concepts that get added thanks to the universe being real, planets, time, aliens, days, a lot of things, physics, a lot of how we understand the universe in our real life finally got added to them, which yeah, because since aliens are real, some now they're invading and they're a warmongering species, and they want a new home planet, and either they're gonna kill you or you're gonna be slaves for them. Man, kind of like that here, adding these concepts and seeing the immediate effects for them. But also I like Juice from this episode quite a lot, because she steps in, acts as a representative of Earth here, and tells them withdraw, like directly. I liked her quite a lot here, and that is like, I'm just gonna blow up, blows up that huge rock as a show of force. I'm like, yeah, that's probably not gonna work here. You get that feeling from Juice. But what I like from the alien made a really good point. This is an underdeveloped civilization. We're not gonna be able to do anything because of your lack of cooperation, and that hit quite hard, because us as humans suck ass as this, where the tribalism is real. Your country is better than mine, your race is better than mine, your whatever is better than mine. I don't want to help you, I don't want to give you this information for whatever reason. Greediness. We don't get along, and unless something massive happens, like we get aliens literally coming down to Earth, we're never gonna unite as a species here, and we see it, which makes me really sad, because as far as humanity has gotten, imagine if all of us were working together. But this is me just thinking way too much about things like this. That's why I really like that comment there from the alien. And that's when Juice asked the alien, this is your justice, wanting to do this for your family, for finding a home, going as far as you're going right now. And the alien is like, yes, and I will negate that justice. And we see her card there, her screen card, and injustice. So that's her power related, kind of like probably to concept, to your will, to your dream, to your conviction or something. I don't know how to call it exactly. Kind of just like it negates what you want to do or something you believe in, because all of the ships started fighting amongst each other, everything was exploding, killing them, all of them. So yes, the invasion is pretty much over, and that dude was just like, imagine seeing your entire species dying before your eyes and you can't do anything about it. Like, yeah, high and mighty invading a planet, we're gonna be able to do this and that, and then everything goes exploding there. So this was the 99th penalty according to Jews there, and they can't afford any more. This time they survived thanks to her power, so it worked out this time, but they still have that one. So apparently when they found Apocalypse, they also found a stone tablet that has 101 slots, but the final one being labeled as Ragnarok, so pretty much the end of everything. So they only have one more slot there, so that's gonna suck. So if they fail anymore, they're kind of screwed here, which I like. This episode is so good. Episode 5 and this one expand the world and the plot so much. I have so many questions, it's insane. But yes, just watch Undead Unluck, because after this we also see that the table, the problem with them having the 11th seat comes right here. The table needs to be full, as in all of the seats. So now they have an extra one before they can get any more quests in 3 months there. So they need to find a number 11 here. This is the big problem. But also I really liked after that, Juice is like looking at the alien. Wait, you didn't kill yourself? Kind of free run vibes there, despite my powers. So this is why I'm curious. Kind of cancels convictions, so he didn't believe enough in this justice that he had, so that's why he didn't kill himself, which is probably one of the most broken powers we have gotten so far in Undead Unluck. I'm really curious when we're gonna find out more about her Jews, her powers, her rules, how exactly it works, conditions, and things like that. But very interesting, and I like her personality, and saying, hey, your vision is all talk, so relay this message across space. Keep your hands off of Earth. Also like how they did it as a gag. So this was the first time Earth had contact with aliens, and also the last time. So no more aliens probably in the future, which I like that. I like that. We don't need aliens. We have enough problems right now. So they have to make a choice here. Either go for unburn or unrepair. Pretty obvious choice. Of course you're gonna go after unrepair. And it's gonna be Andy, Foucault, and Tatiana going after him. So yeah, I'm very excited for what's next. Undead Unluck keeps getting better and better somehow with each episode. We had full of action, Victor being the reveal, their episode 5 with all of the quests. Now the continuation of that, we see the repercussions here, the penalties, the reward, everything that it means, rules. It's insane, it's insane. I'm having a lot of fun here, but I'm really curious what you guys think about Undead Unluck. Are you still watching? Please say you are watching and recommend it to more people. So let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode and what do you think about the series so far. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me a lot. And you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Undead Unluck. I'm gonna see you again on the next time. Make sure to check out the podcast Because Anime. Bye bye.